used to have a problem with entertaining guys that I was not physically attracted to, but I just really liked their personality, and it never really worked out for either of us, especially them, and then I felt like a really horrible person. Anyways, so I finally, like, dated the guy that I was kind of physically attracted to, which is crazy saying out loud, but honestly at the beginning I had to convince myself that he was cute, but then I really believed it and I thought he was the hottest guy in the world and I was so in love. And I literally prayed to God, like, please don't send me anyone unless I'm physically attracted to them, and if it doesn't work out, rip them out of my life and do not give me the option to let them stay, because if the option is left up to me, I will give you a third, fourth, fifth, sixth chance. Take all the chances, take everything. I love you. So that relationship lasted a year, didn't work out. First 6 months he was an awesome guy. Last 6 months I started picking up the bill and he was just not doing great as a boyfriend. Anyways, God ripped him out of my life, aka he broke up with me and did not give me the choice of working it out, because he was 22 and he wanted to be single in his prime years, I guess. So I was like, great, this is so great. And my grandma told me, Kaylee, you are destined to marry a guy 20 years older than you, because guys your age just can't keep up and you need to stop dating guys in their 20s. And I was like, Grandma, what the hell? How do you come up with this stuff? You're a fucking genius. So I'm gonna look for that. Anyways, I get sucked into a relationship with a guy who I'm not attracted to, and he's 24, and he ended up being bipolar schizophrenic, and it only lasted 3 months. Glad it was short-lived, but like, holy shit, the path was here, and I was like all the way over. Like, I missed the mark on that one. Anyways, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Europe for a month and I'm gonna find the love of my life in Europe, and I'm just gonna go there by myself with absolutely no plan and hope that I just like run into someone on the metro and like fall in love. Because American boys want to be the woman in the relationship, and like, I want to be the woman in the relationship because I'm a fucking woman in a relationship. Hello, like, I want the princess treatment, the fuck. And so I go to Europe by myself for a month, literally alone. I don't speak any of the languages. I don't speak Italian, I don't speak French, I don't know. Yeah, I just went. And I ended up meeting this really hot guy. He was like super tall, tan, sexy, great body, brown curly hair, like had a really cool accent. We went to dinner, we go back to my Airbnb, we start hooking up. He's a horrible kisser. I'm like, that's one thing I can't let slide. Like, you can be an axe murderer and I will let it slide, but like, if you're a bad kisser, babes, the door is over there. Like, please see yourself out. I can't do this. Anyways, I had a great time in Europe though. Didn't meet the love of my life, but had so much fun. And then I come home and I'm like not looking for love. I'm just honestly given up at this point. And I was super busy, like moving into my own apartment and stuff and whatever. This really sexy DILF DMs me on Instagram, wants to take me on a date, and I was like, holy shit, my grandma was so right. Like, he's almost 20 years older than me, and I'm just like obsessed, like in love. We schedule a date. He cancels last minute because he gets hurt in a motorcycle accident and ends up in the ER. I was like, oh my god, are you okay? But like, send me pictures or you're literally lying. Just kidding, I didn't say that. But anyways, we never rescheduled the date. I kind of forgot about him, and then a month rolls by. It's New Year's. He randomly pops into my head, so I text him. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm at this house party, like, you should come. So I go. And we hit it off. We had a great time, like, great conversation. He's so sexy in person. Like, oh my god. And so I end up spending the night at his house. And we don't do that, but we do, like, cuddle. And he's so much bigger than me. And I'm just, like, I feel like a little, oh. And he's a great kisser. So I'm like, fuck, yes. Like, I'm literally going to have your babies. And we're going to live together for the rest of our lives until eternity. And we like get breakfast the next morning. We had a great time. And then we're like texting all week. We both kind of got sick, and then he invites me to an event and then cancels last minute because he's still not feeling well. And I'm like, whatever, same. And then a few days roll by, we're feeling better. He invites me to a Lakers game, and I'm so excited, like seriously so excited to see him. I just want to jump on him and like sit on his face and ride it into the sunset. And then he ends up canceling last minute on that and like strings me along all day, like waiting for him to tell me like what time I should come. And then apparently he has like a family emergency and like cancels the whole thing, and he seems super apologetic, like he feels so bad, like he really wanted to see me, da 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 da. And I'm just like, yeah, I believe you, like I buy it, like I'll buy anything you sell me, like literally take my card, like I believe you. And so then he feels really bad, so a few days later, which yesterday, he was supposed to come over to my place. And so I clean up my entire apartment. I fucking wash my sheets and my pillowcases, like I mopped the floors, I scrubbed the bath, I cleaned, okay, for the first time in a long time. And anyways, an hour before he's supposed to come over, he texts me hi. So I'm like, hi, and I'm thinking he's gonna say like, I'm gonna come over soon, you know, da da da. And then an hour rolls by after he says hi. And I'm like, oh, here's my address, by the way. Another hour goes by. I'm like, okay. 6 hours go by. It is now 11 p.m. and I am alone in my apartment. Like, I'm just gonna go to bed. And then he calls me. And I'm like, hey, you. What's up? And he basically tells me that he left his phone in the pocket of his jacket, which his drunk friend wore, and then left. And then he didn't know where his phone was. And apparently he tore up his entire house looking for it, tried to log in on Instagram to like DM me, but it needed a 2-factor authentication app and it wasn't working. And he was like going crazy. And then he finally got his phone back and it was dead. And then he just plugged it in and it just turned on. And I'm the first person he called and he feels so bad and da da da. And I'm just like, oh my God, why do you have to flake? Because my dad was the biggest fucking flake, so it brings up a lot of childhood feelings of trauma for me. My dad would literally, like, say he was gonna come to my birthday party, and so, like, all the kids at my birthday party would be playing, and I would be sitting there staring at the door like, and he's gonna come in and he's gonna come and he would never show up. He would also, like, tell me that he was gonna pick me up early from school and take me to Wild Rivers, and, like, he was gonna get me before lunchtime, and we were gonna go get McDonald's, and I would tell all my friends, I'm going to the water park today, and my dad's getting me early, and then lunchtime would roll around, and my friends would be like, you're a liar, and I'd be like, no, I'm hungry, like, can I please have half your sandwich? And he would never show up, and then he would call like a week later and be like, baby, I'm so sorry, like all this stuff happened to me, and like this happened and then that happened, and like, and I would just be like, it's okay, daddy, I love you, like when am I gonna see you again? I miss you. So yeah, I hate people that flake. It's like the worst thing you could possibly do, because I really hype myself up and I get so excited. I'm like fantasizing about like what we're gonna do, and like, and then my heart is just completely crushed. So that's my dating life right now. What about you? And also, honestly, I think I'm gonna die happily alone at this point. Like, it's not looking good. Anyways, thanks if you listened to this far. Love you.